Ellison illustrates the elements of love in order to reveal the inner feelings of different characters through the narrator's journey to freedom. Our narrator has an obvious love for education, and he expresses this love with his ties to the academy. He uses this love to promote his other goals of seeking freedom. We notice that during the battle royal scene, in the massive chaos, all he wishes to do is present his speech to the influential white community. The harder we fought, the more threatening the men became, and yet I had begun to worry about my speech again. How would it go? Would they recognize my ability? What would they give me? We find that another one of our main characters, Mr. Norton, shows many obvious signs of love for education, as well as his descriptively beautiful daughter. Mr. Norton continues on with his conversation with our narrator about how his destiny depends on the young minds that attend the college he works so hard to build up. So you see, young man, you are involved in my life, quite intimately. Even though you've never seen me before, you are bound to be a great dream and to be a beautiful monument. If you become a good farmer, a chef, a preacher, doctor, singer, mechanic, whatever you become, and even if you fail, you are my fate, and you must write me and tell me the outcome. Mr. Norton's love extends beyond the walls of the school. His love is present through his conversation with the narrator about his beautiful daughter. She was too pure for life, he said sadly. Too pure, too good, and too beautiful. Everything I've done since her passing has been a monument to her memory. Through this we see the loving side of Mr. Norton, also symbolizing the beginning of Mr. Norton's life and it coming to an end with the death of his daughter. We now come across another interesting character through the meeting of Mr. Norton. Our next character is Trueblood, a black man in deep poverty who mistakenly impregnated his daughter after his own wife. Knowing the nature of humans in this time of difficulty, we take the path of least resistance. However, Trueblood's love overcomes generality and overcomes his shame to take responsibility for his actions. I can't leave you, I say. I am a man, and men don't leave from his family. We see from this that the thought of leaving his family is overcome by a sense of love. These events later end up to the introduction of Bloodsoe. Bloodsoe shows deep love for his job when talking to the narrator after he threatens to tell Mr. Norton on him. I've made my place in it, and I'll have every Negro in the country hanging on a tree limb by morning, if it means staying where I am. Although not the greatest form of love, Mr. Bloodsoe shows deep passion for his job and what he does to the extent that he would hang his own people for the price of his job. With these at hand, we notice Ellison's attempts to see deeper, more intimate personalities from our given characters through the windows of love.